Congratulations.
Guess everybody had something better to do on Veterans Day. Not as many people.
Overall up there at the Agriplex.
That's toys and stuff.
And dinner at 6.
Alright, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's where everybody is.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Candy, would you please take roll?
Councilman Madsen.
Here.
Councilman Montoya.
Here.
Councilman Kaufman.
Here.
Councilman Allison.
Present.
Mayor Graves.
Here. Any changes to the agenda?
I have no changes.
We need to make mention that I have an email from Todd Rao. Does that need to be an official action item on the
So that
agenda?
would be for discussion during the vouchers.
I don't know who it is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so no change needed there, okay? All right, you have before you an agenda. Would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry. You should have also in front of you the consent agenda items, both the copied format and then what we get via email. For the purpose of discussion, to approve and place to record the consent agenda items, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions or is there any discussion?
Mayor, I have one thing up on the council table. I put an updated set of minutes to replace the ones that were in your packet.
Chief, would this be a good time to ask you about that shooting range and the training that would be going on?
Yeah, so, like I mentioned in my report there, we just had to spend out quite a bit of money to cover training that we usually do on the firing range, so it's called perishable skills. Without being able to go down there, we've had to pay out hundreds of dollars for guys to get their hours to get their certification, just because we're limited right now. We're not a big agency where we have a whole bunch of instructors, but that's one area where we can provide the training ourselves and save money. Like right now, I'm waiting to do one for less lethal munitions, which we incorporate into firearms for transitioning. And I can't put that on for our new employee. So I think right now, I mean, with it being burnt off, it's safe out there and there's not fuel for it to burn. So I'd like to get it open again so we can get training again, because there's just requirements that we have to meet for the state to keep our certifications.
Doug, and with the moisture, and like you say, that's all burned off out there. You're looking to open it up for, because you've been able to use handguns out there, right? You're looking for
We
rifle
were told
stuff?
not to do anything out down there, so it's been, we haven't done anything down there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we'd like to open it up. I mean, Josh has been down there. It's burned off.
My
Yeah, it's
disc
unfortunate that it burned, but we're safe right now.
It blows your direction. You call it.
I think you should go for it. Yeah, I think we're in the clear now.
When it happened, Josh was there, so we spoke about it. And next year and the years following, we're going to make plans of making like a fire line in there to prevent it from happening again. 22 years that I've been shooting down there, it's never happened. We got lucky, I guess, or that's just a fluke thing. But we'll start cutting a fire line in. That way, if it happens again, it'll stop and not spread as far as it did.
So if we open it, is that for everyone? I mean, all agencies? We're fully opening it. I guess just so we know, because I mean, that's.
I'd probably limit it for right now.
just
Will
to
we
the,
limit it to
Just the Wheatland.
law enforcement or limit it
because
to?
the Wheatland County employees also use it. The sheriff's department uses it, highway patrol uses it. So I think we either,
I wouldn't let any employees use it.
Are you meaning like off-duty, like just them going down there and shooting, that type of stuff, or?
Only if they're training, just so we limit it and everybody feels good about it. I'm not saying later on, but that limits your exposure. And then,
Are we saying no to the sheriff's office using it, or? Because I've been asking a lot, because they're also in the same boat I am, trying to shoot things covered.
I think if you do it, probably let Josh or Bard Ranches know that you're gonna be down there at least.
Is that okay to
Yeah, I
contact
think
you?
so. Yeah, that's fine, Doug, yeah. Yeah, if we know, then we can watch, and then just let us know, that's all. If something happens, we'll figure it out.
Should open it just strictly to law enforcement.
Yeah, I think for right now,
For training.
but
For law
not for their
enforcement
personal
not
use,
personal.
whether they're law enforcement or not, let's get it kind of squared away for next year.
So we get a little more moisture?
Yeah.
The sheriff's department needs to use it for training, for the same thing as you, Doug.
They're in the same boat as I am, so.
Do they let you know when they go down there, Doug?
They usually don't, well, I mean, we communicate about it, but not all the time. I can have them.
Probably just have it a little more formal right now, I mean, just so everybody's.
I'd say any law enforcement training, check in with Candy and then she can go.
Get hold of Amy or something.
I prefer they get hold of me, so I know who's down there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more of my responsibility down there.
Well, that's fine, Doug. Yeah, just let us, I mean, if something, you see smoke, just let us know, that's all.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that. Hopefully that won't happen again. So. Did that answer everything, Tony?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, chief.
Any other discussion on the consent agenda items? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are to the petitions, memorials, proclamations, and public comments. And I would like to take just a second here in the public comment section to recognize Veterans Day today and to cordially have the town of Wheatland give a thank you to all veterans for what they have done to ensure our freedoms. Much appreciated. And I just think it's an important thing for the town of Wheatland to recognize our veterans.
Amen.
There any other public comment at this time?
Before I got here, I got a text from Tracy DeReich. She's unable to make the meeting and said that she wished she would have been able to make it, but her report's in there. Any questions we have, let Candy know and she'll touch base with Candy. She wasn't able to make it today.
No other public comments. We need to circle back because I forgot to visit with you about the justification letter from Todd Rao in the vouchers. We need to circle back to the consent agenda because this will be in the invoices. As you guys remember, we paid Todd the contract amount and he actually billed for, I don't remember the number, about $5,000 over the contract amount. Had a conversation with Todd. He also could not be here tonight, so I asked him to send me an email. It just said, I want to clarify the invoicing charges and why they exceeded the original estimate. On the west field, they ended up needing to take down the entire pitcher mound because it was so corrupt with blow sand and start with new, which was one additional cost with also the pitching rubber and the resurfacing clay bricks. And then both fields, after doing the sprinkler audit, needed more heads, either relocated and or installed new Rainbird 5000s than originally thought. And then Extra infield mix is also needed to finish the east field due to contamination from the mix that was left on site for ongoing maintenance. He said it was so full of goat head seeds and sand that he just didn't feel good about putting it on there, so he got new. And so that was why it was about $5,000 over cost. So if the will of the council is to, pay him his extra overage on the estimate, I suppose we need a motion.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to pay the overage.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion or, I guess if we needed more clarification, I'm sure we could try to catch him on the phone or something, but I thought he did a reasonable job explaining what I asked him to do, so. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I will let him know and he'll be tickled. Thank you. There is no unfinished business, so we'll move on to new business, item number 1. This is a grant agreement. MRG 23023 Black Mountain Water Tower Replacement.
So this, I guess you pretty much covered it. It's a mineral royalty grant from the SLIB office and for $1,064,433. This one, is for the reconstruction of the project, not the demolition. We are still waiting on a grant agreement from the governor's office for the $800,000 of ARPA funds. Hopefully we'll have that next month.
I'll make a motion to approve grant agreement MRG-23023 for the Black Mountain water tank replacement.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Excuse me. New business item number 2, grant agreement for the community development block grant for 16th Street reconstruction.
This is a $1 million grant and this has no match to it. The commission, I wrote 2 grants, one for the county, one for the town, so the commissioners signed their agreement last Thursday. So this is $2 million of grant funds that have no match. But there is a lot of paperwork and federal requirements on this, so. We're paying for the match just in a different way, I guess.
I'll make a motion to approve grant agreement, community development block grants, CDBG for 16th Street reconstruction.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none?
Go ahead. So I thought part of this has additions of curb and gutter, sidewalk lighting. Are we still in limbo, or do we get any definition on the pathway?
I don't know about the pathway. The one piece of property, we located a lady that we could talk to. And then when I needed to talk to her, they just live in a different world. They're very nice people, but she didn't call back. She didn't take her phone. She was gone to Tennessee for 2 weeks. And then Candy this last week drove up the warranty deed, and then we shipped it to Utah. And I don't know if we've gotten it.
Well, today there was no mail, so hopefully tomorrow we have it.
And then the termination airship. And so hopefully we can get it put together in time for the grant to still be available.
So the project's set to go out to bid Thursday, the 14th. Whiteout will be releasing the 16th Street project for bid. So we're just hoping that Whiteout leaves the pathway in the project, but they're just not happy because right now we don't have that warranty deed signed and the paperwork in place. But Mark Williams has mentioned that there is a possibility that we can put it back in. But as of right now, I think it's in there, but maybe not tomorrow, I don't know.
I suggested to Mike Kaler, who's the AG that works for Whiteout, I said, that we do it all the time in projects. Do it as an alternate, part of an alternate bid. I mean, if it doesn't work out, let's bid in there and then we take it out. And I don't know why not like that idea or not, but, you know, we sure do it a lot. The engineers here do it a lot. So we're in limbo if you want to know the truth.
This project's just so big and there's so many different funding sources. And having YDOT involved, there's just a lot of requirements from every direction. So making everyone happy is definitely a full-time job.
Grant management's a bit stressful on that job, isn't it?
No, it is. This one's gonna cause some gray hairs.
What is this pathway?
Excuse me, what's your question?
The pathway you're referring to?
So it's supposed to go from Derringer Park north to Sherrard Road on the east side of 16th Street.
Okay.
And it's 8 foot wide, and so it'll be sidewalk the rest of the way up 16th Street. Then at that part, it'll go 8 feet, and it'll be considered part of the pathway.
It'd be similar to what we have other sections in town where people walk out by the cemetery, along 16th Street,
Black Mountain,
Black
Little League
Mountain,
Fields, up there.
down in the park.
There'll be lighting and. Sure.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same question, or same sign. Motion will carry. New business item number 3 is the task order for acquiring the hangar land phase 2, which is Ardura Engineering.
So Josh Morris is available by phone if we need to call in with any questions, but this is for the phase 2 of the hangar acquisition project. This is the fees for their engineering, their project management portion of it. We did have to do a IFB, an independent fee estimate, so where I had to get estimates to compare to make sure they were reasonable. And they fit FAA and YDOT aeronautics guidelines. They're about $200,000 cheaper actually. But, so this would be Ardura continuing with the next phase. We're hoping to get maybe four more hangars purchased out of this next round of grants.
So on their breakout of the project, the first 4 categories are just a one-time fee, and then after that, we're calculating out to 4 acquisitions.
Yes.
So we'll approve the full amount.
Have funds for 3 hangars, and they'd only charge for the 3 hangars. And there's 3 different grants involved in this, so it'd be 1 federal grant and 2 state grants.
If they do, as you know, those engineers get all the money that you guys authorize. I've never seen.
You're gonna turn it
They don't leave any on the table.
They never leave any money on the table.
And our
I'll make a
ultimate
motion
goal
for-
is to buy all those hangars so we can enclose the security fence, so the airport can be secure. So once we own those hangars, we can secure it. Right now, we can't fence in private property. So that's the ultimate goal.
I'll make a motion to approve task order for acquiring hangar land phase 2 for Ardura Engineering.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion will carry. And unless somebody has something else, we're at the end of the agenda. So we will adjourn.